Hello world. I hope this video finds everybody doing good under the sound of my voice. I hope it finds you blessed and highly favored. And if you woke up to see today, I hope you thank God for today. And we gonna live it day by day. Hello world. Today I want to touch on the topic I chose, standing ovation. And when I thought about the standing ovation, I thought about probably some famous people. We probably watch an award ceremony or some kind of thing where they trying to honor a certain individual that was probably real good at whatever he did. And I think like the whole world could probably relate to them, and people probably glorify their names, whether they living or still alive. And I do know they'll honor somebody in remembrance of someone as well as the living. And I thought like when they acknowledge that real structured person, everybody in the audience might stand to their feet and give them what you call a standing ovation. And if I had to make some examples, and I don't see them honor somebody like a Michael Jackson when he was alive and in remembrance. And I think like every time I see where they honored him, everybody just stood to their feet and gave him like a standing ovation. And it's something about that standing ovation. I think like everybody that can relate to this individual. And I thought on a person that I probably would like to give a standing ovation to, and that probably had to be my mother. And I think that everybody that's on the planet that has a mother, they can relate to what I'm talking about, because if we had the opportunity, we want to stop in our tracks and give our mothers like a standing ovation. Because we give them that standing ovation, we gonna acknowledge them. And I think like whether they're here or deceased, I think we gotta give them that standing ovation, because if I had to reflect on my mother, even when I was a kid, my child upcoming, and how she always, how she did for me, and even when I was sick, the things that she'd do for me to make me feel better, and she went out her way to make sure that I always had. And my swag, it comes a lot from my mother, because and I think on her because she always made sure I was dressed a certain way. She always made sure that I had, and and when I go back and reflect on my mother, a lot of things come to mind, and that's why I chose this topic, standing ovation, because I think like if you had that mother, she's here or she's deceased, I think that we want to stop, and if she's deceased in remembrance, or if she's still alive, we want to stop and give them a standing ovation, because I think that they deserve a standing ovation. They may not have been that person like a Michael Jackson or somebody like a Denzel Washington, somebody that's on the screen that's honored. But I think that their mother is honored, because everybody has a mother. And we want to stop in our tracks and give them that standing ovation. Because, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be possible, And I think like, when I go back and reflect on my mother, I think like, even when I go back from childhood to even when I, when I went through, adolescence, and I got into trouble even when I was a young kid, how my mother never turned her back on me. She always was there, because she was a mother that rode no matter what I did. And I reflect on even when I failed and I went to prison, how my mother always came to see about me, and how she did. And I think like, the things that I sent her through, I have a reflection on that, because my mother never folded, she never bent. She always rode for me to the very end. And that's why I chose the topic, standing ovation, because I think my mother deserved a standing ovation, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. And, as I reflect on the times that I sent her through difficult times, I think that now that I got on the right track, I always think back on the things that she do for my kids. My mother do more for my kids than I do for them. And not only did she do for my kids, my son had a son, so she doing for her great-grandson. And I just want to stop, man, and I want everybody to stop. Whether your mother is here or deceased, I want you to pass some reflections on this individual, because everybody has a mother, and everybody know that she may not have made it to the movie screen. She may not have been a song, a producer, a recording artist, but I think my mother deserves a standing ovation, because of the things that she did for me. And if your mother, like I said, I want to stress the fact, if she's alive or in remembrance, I want you to stop what you're doing, and we're going to give our mother a standing ovation. because, you know, I think they deserve it. And where would we be if it wasn't for our mothers? Just food for a thought, and I thought I'd drop this on somebody because, you know, I think every mother that's on this planet ever walked this life, ever did that, played that mother role, I think every last one of them deserve a standing ovation. So that's why I entitled this one Standing Ovation. So if your mother's still alive today, or like I said, if she's deceased, we still gonna give them that standing ovation because they deserve it. Because I stress the fact that we wouldn't be here. Life wouldn't be possible for us if we didn't have that mother. So we want to stop what we're doing and just give them a standing ovation. Just food for a thought, and I thought I'd drop this on somebody, thought somebody needed. And I want to encourage somebody to do something different than what you did yesterday. I want you to call and check on somebody you hadn't checked on in a while. They might need to hear your voice. And I always say that the world is not centered just around you. You got to deny yourself to someone else. That's the only way this thing gonna work. And I want to encourage everybody listening in to keep your eyes on the prize, which is him, and be blessed. Till the next time.